Hello, everybody. My name's Rick McCutcheon. I'm a Dynamics 365 MVP. And today on Partner Talks, I'm with Jay Manley. Jay, introduce yourself. I guess I already did, but tell the people who you are and what you do.
Sure. I'm the chief evangelist here at Mekorma. I've been here for 10 years. I've actually been in the industry for about 35 years. So a long time in the ERP space and loving every minute of it.
Give us a little bit of your history because I know you've got a long time Dynamics servitude here.
Yeah, actually, 30 years with Dynamics in the Dynamics space, actually going back to GP version 2.11. Before that, I actually did some work with the GPA, which was the DOS version of Great Plains. And then before that, actually, I was a computer salesperson and sold various ERP systems back in the day. So when you think of bizapps, I've been kind of in that space for 35 years now. So it's hard to believe. I mean, I'm only 40 years old, so hard to believe I've been in the space that long.
You got an early start. And Mekorma, where does Mekorma kind of fit into things?
Yeah, so Mekorma specializes in AP automation. So from the time that an invoice comes into the company until the time that you've made that payment, we handle everything in that functionality space. We basically what we're trying to do is ease the AP clerk's day-to-day life. Everyone usually focuses on the sales side, or manufacturing or inventory. Very few companies really focus on the AP automation side of things, and we like to focus on that area because it's a unique niche and it's an area that we feel is underrepresented in the community.
And I think that'll segue nicely into the video we just did as part of the Secrets to Selling Dynamics for MS Dynamics World. And we put together a session on pretty much how to sell AP automation. So let's talk a little bit about that session and what are some of the things that we brought to light for partner organizations.
Well, I think the big one, like I just mentioned, is it's an underrepresented market. Because of the focus on the other areas, I find that partners are leaving a lot on the table as far as what they could be bringing to their customers. They focus on the areas that seem to be the quick wins, which are the inventory control and the AR side of things. They leave the AP side to the very end and barely talk about it because all they know is they got to cut a check at the end of the year or make some kind of payment. And I think that that's not really doing that customer a lot of good. So if you go into those customers and start to give them some AP automation help, you're going to get a customer for life. This is a group that tends not to get talked to very often by partners. And so all of a sudden, if they're feeling the love, they're going to return that tenfold. I find that when we make an AP clerk's life better, they return that so much to us. It's really fantastic, and they'll return that to you as a partner because what they want to do is they just want to ease your life. They're tired of cutting checks and stuffing them into envelopes. They really want to focus on the stuff that makes the business better, and they don't often get a chance to do that.
And if I could just say on the video when we recorded it, I think we did a pretty good job of, if you're a partner and you're going to have that initial AP automation conversation, who do you talk to? And what are some of the questions you need to ask? And I think that's probably a good starting point for an ERP salesperson who's in front of their customer. I don't know that much about AP automation, but I think those questions really will give them the start to that whole conversation.
Right. If you're not used to asking those questions, what we try to do is set up a base for you of questions to ask so that you can move that conversation forward. You may need to bring in a specialist, and that's fine. Give us a call. We'll certainly help out. But the thing is you need a basis to start from, and we think we have that for you in that conversation you and I had, Rick.
Okay, so I'm going to put the links to that conversation in this post. But let's also talk about Charlotte. We were at North America Summit a couple of weeks ago, and just wanted to get some feedback from you on that community summit.
Well, as a racing fan, I mean, it's always a pleasure to be in Charlotte and see the NASCAR Hall of Fame. That was a great evening that we had there. But more than that, the expo was phenomenal. It invokes conferences of past. I mean, I think that it was probably the best conference that I've been at for Dynamics. I keep trying to figure out when the last really good one was. It was probably close to 10 years ago now. And this one was phenomenal. I mean, the difference is that both partners and customers were very excited, and it was fun to talk to them about new things, about things we've had in the market for a long time, and really just moving things forward. So it was a great show. I just loved it.
And I've got to say, the only sessions that I attended were the sessions I actually did, because trade show was so busy and there were so many great conversations there that, I worked booth to booth having conversations with partners and customers that I ran into, uh, for 3 days. So it was, you know, very educational for me and I think for them as well. Just, back together and what's going on and figure out what the heartbeat of our community is working on.
You could really feel a buzz in the expo. It was never, there wasn't a time when you ever felt like there was nobody walking around or it was just, dead and I should just go to sessions or something like that. I literally had to run from one booth to this booth to a session back to the booth. I mean, it was nonstop. It was, like I said, it reminded me of conferences of old. So I was very happy with it. And any of you that are out there, if you have the opportunity, I would strongly suggest you attend next year.
Okay. So Jay, we're right around the corner from 2024. What's
Yeah.
going to happen with Mekorma next year that people need to be excited about?
Well, I think the big thing is that we're going to release a whole bunch of AP automation tools on Business Central, right? We're going to make a big push in that area. You're going to see some announcements very soon. I can't completely let the cat out of the bag yet, but you'll see some really interesting functionality that we're going to bring to that market space. We already have some out there. There is a free tool that we have available to any customer. So if you're a partner, why not start there? How can you lose with free, right? And then figure out the rest of the stuff that we have, and we're there for you in that respect as well.
Okay, Jay, it's great catching up with you, and I'm going to post information on our video we did for MS Dynamics World, and I'm sure I'll be talking to you in the near future about AP automation in the SMB space.
Sounds great. Thanks, Rick. Appreciate the time.
Have a great day, and bye for now.